Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Marissa Gone. My name is Marissa, and today we're actually going to get going in this beautiful epiphany that I had today from outside resources of everything just being a part of the plot. Before we get into the video, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're not already subscribing, click that subscribe button. You're going to thank me later. But let's get into this video. So I'm walking around today and just thinking about the last week, the last 7 days, honestly. I didn't even want to go that far back. But just going into my last 7 days and just kind of going through a checklist of the emotions and my lessons that I've been learning, and just kind of reflecting on how everything is meant for a reason and it's a part of the plot. It's a part of the character building. And once I realized that, I was like, damn, I had to go through this shit to realize that it's very temporary and that there really is something on the other side, so long as we believe it. So I had an amazing phone call today. Amazing phone call. No, the settlement did not hit. For those of you wondering, no, the settlement has not hit. We are still we're in our last countdown for that, but it wasn't that. It's something completely different, kind of related, kind of, but great news, just great all around news. So excited, so happy. And it kind of put a lot of my worry and stress away as far as paying rent, honestly, and paying all my expenses and all the regular bills that we all have. And for me, my rent is the biggest bill. Underneath that is car insurance slash home insurance slash biscuits insurance. It's all bundled together, and that's a pretty large bill. So between those two, that is yeah. And obviously other cost of living expenses, groceries, gasoline, other things that we need for the household, biscuit things. Yeah, she's listening. But yeah, and have always been in the position of no, we got this. Everything's fine. But I will say the last month I've been oh shit, we need to hustle and grind. So I've had nightmares that would wake me up out my sleep, couldn't go back to sleep, and it's just okay, let's work, let's make some sales, let's get some money. And it worked. And between yesterday and today, I got some really great phone calls, and it put all of that worry, all that stress, all those nightmares, it put all of that away. It put it all away. And I think, again, talking about it and kind of shining that light on these monsters that I have within my own head closet helped. And also asking God straight up, God, I need some help, please. And being very specific. And God definitely helped. I will thank God for sure. God has helped me a lot within the last 7 days. And I just reflected today, and it was just it's all a part of the plot. To go through that, mental, emotional, and even my dreams, the physical test and labor of just being humbled, getting fired, going through all these L's, these trials, these tribulations, being tested so many times on all levels. All of it was a part of the character build. You know, when we watch shows and TVs and we see these background stories, and it's the hero story or the villain story, this is how they become these characters. This is how I felt. Is I feel I had to go through this it was some booty. I'm not gonna lie. And I had to go through it to kind of just really feel it, to kind of really realize like this is not it. This is really not it. And I think within all of that, I learned a bunch of other little things on like how to make money online and like how to hustle from your home. So you like we can work from home and we can make money from home. So it's like I learned all of those different things, and one of them in particular I'm sticking with, and it has a lot to do with my jewelry business. So they kind of work together in tandem, and so we're sticking with that. Like we're sticking with those. They work, and it's proven. There's numbers, there's backs, and I've had mentors within it. So I'm not out here just doing it by myself. I am a part of a mentorship, a part of a community. And even that tested me. I think in my last video, I was talking about my ad spend, my return on ads, like the ROAS, the ad spend, like investing so much money and time over the last like 4 months into drop shipping and then just like only making one sale. If if I didn't talk about it in my last, or if I did, go check out my last video. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it definitely did teach me a lot about patience and mindset. And drop shipping is integrated in my jewelry business. They do work in tandem. So I'm not going to stop on drop shipping, but I really had to put a pause on it. I really had to put a pause because I really had to like reflect and kind of go through all of this of like just really sticking to plan A. Like I keep saying it, and even I need to take my own advice. So like some of these things with this journal, these journaling videos that I have, which is another thing, like I'm grateful for doing this, is like it's helping me out because I can go back and watch myself like a week ago, a month ago. My first video that I put out years ago is still doing really well, and I cringe. I cringe at it. Go check it out. It's still up there. It's literally my first video, and the lighting was terrible. The audio sucked. I did not have the stage presence that I have right now. Like, it was cringy. It was cringy, but I still have it up there because I'm like, damn, I came a long way as far as putting myself out there on the internet. I was really shy, and you can totally tell I had hella anxiety, just just overthinking, and also being stoned. But I've come a long way. And so a lot of it with this everyday YouTube post is like it's reflection. It is a huge reflection for me. And if we're not having these internal conversations with ourselves, then like what are we doing? If we're not evolving and talking to ourselves and like talking through it, what are we doing? And if you can't talk to yourself, talk to somebody else. Shout out outside resources, because other people, they can bounce back opinions, thoughts, advice, tips. They could be real with you. Like, talk it out. Talk it out. And I think it's easy for me to say as I hold this mic. Like I do like talking. I enjoy talking, and I hope to engage and talk to more people out there on the internet, on YouTube, just out there. I hope to engage with people more. I really do enjoy people. I am a people's person. Like, I like people. They're all right. Like, they're okay. When they're good, they're good people. And I still see like awesome ass people outside. Like, and that's a part of the plot. That's a part of the plot. I am just realizing that like all these trials and these tribulations and the moments where we ask God, like, why me? Why me? Like, why is this happening to me? It's like we have to really reframe it. And it's just like, why is this happening for me? Like, what is the purpose of going through this? And I'm starting to realize it's like, it's to help other people, because like we're not alone. And it kind of goes back to problems don't make us special, because we all have our problems. They're not the same, but we all have problems, and we all process them differently. We all go through the ebbs and flows of it. We all have problems. Like, and it doesn't make us special. It just makes us human and relatable. And I like that. I really do like that. And we'll talk more about my trials and tribulations. We'll talk more as they keep happening, obviously. But I'm really just realizing that it's really to engage my humility, my loyalty, and like my faith in myself and in God, and to really remain patient above all else. Like, above all else, you know that you're going to be okay. And like, that is a deep belief within me, is like, I deeply believe that everything is going to be okay. I will be all right. I'm blessed and highly favored and protected. I know that my mom and her spirit is always with me. I feel her as soon as I like bring her up in my thoughts or vocally. Like, I automatically can see her face, like in my mind's eye. I can automatically just like feel her spirit. So it's like, I know she's always advocating for me. And with this whole getting fired situation, I really felt my mother with me. Like, I really felt my mother with me. There have been so many times I remember her being wronged at her job. And I feel like this experience for me is not only retribution for myself, but also retribution for her. Like, my ancestor, like my mother, my ancestors, like her ancestors, like my bloodline, basically. And like, yeah, we can get deep, but I had that thought of like, what happened to me back in June was so ratchet. It was so ratchet. We had to take it to the government and was like, yo, government help. And the government is definitely helping. So shout out the government this time. Shout out the government departments for this, because they are truly working really fast on it. Compared to a lot of lawsuits, what I'm learning is that this particular one is one of the most expedited bureaus. So shout out them. Shout out them. And ever since learning all of that, I really just felt like this is not only healing me, but it's also healing my mother. Like, and I know she's still here with me. And like, how I know, let me get into it real quick. The day I was fired was June 10th, 2024. I opened up my email about a week after, just like combing through my emails. Like, I was done being so depressed and sad, and just like was like, you know what? Let me clear out my emails. Let me go through some stuff. And I had seen that my other lawyer from a car accident had emailed me June 4th, 4:44 p.m. Completely missed it. June 4th, 4:44 p.m. Now, when my mother was passing on, I had talked to her and I was like, talk to me in angel numbers. Like, we can still talk. Just give me these signals. Obviously, I know I'll be able to feel you and see you in my mind and in my dreams. But when it's you, talk to me in those angel numbers and I'll know it's you. And that was when she was like still conscious and she was able to like understand and still form sentences. And she understood. Like, she literally understood. And I know I'm getting into a side note, but it brings it back. That day that she actually passed, the night before, I had a dream. And it was basically a premonition, honestly. It was a premonition that I had gotten up and I went over to her on her bed, and I just kissed her, and like, she was talking again, because at this point she wasn't. I'm not trying. But I just remember 1244. Like, I just remember hearing it and seeing it and feeling that number, like, as I was waking up out that dream, like 1244 whispered. And so I got up out of the chair and I went to go check on her, kissed her. She wasn't formulating sentences. It was just a dream. She was still breathing. It was very slow. By the time that she had actually passed, we were watching the monitors and you can see like the breath. and you could see it. And so we were really like tuned in for like 15 minutes. We just like felt it, like we knew it. And it just like flatlined. And it was 12:44. And ever since then, I just been locked in. I'm like, yeah, that's my mom. Like I told her, talk to me in the numbers, and she literally told me the time. And you know what is even more weird is like 12:44 p.m. is when she left, and 12:44 p.m. is when I entered. July 9th, 1993, 12:44 p.m. Marissa was born. So if you want to do your birth charts, if you believe in that, I'm still on the fence of that. But I was born at that time that she had passed, and that shit is cray. Like that shit is cray. But that 44 came back. And so seeing that in my email from my lawyer of like, come get this money, I'm like, okay, bet, like this shit was supposed to happen. Like it sucked. It I went through the feelings. Like I recently got over the whole embarrassment and shame about it. You know, like you can go see my video. It was just posted November 30th, which is not a month. So there was time in between, about 5 months, of just actually feeling ashamed and embarrassed and just defeated by it all. Of just like, damn, like I got fired twice in under 12 months. And this is the first time I've ever been fired. Like, why is it got to be this industry? Yeah. There's some more tea. I literally just wrote all my tea, like all my stories of everything. And not just this industry that I was just in, but ever since like day one of getting like a legit like W-2 job, like from that day of getting my first W-2 job all the way up until this industry, I have had issues. Well, it's not that I create them. We'll get into those story times later. So definitely make sure you subscribe and keep those notification bells on. But when I tell you these stories, it's literally just me smiling and living in my own world and just like doing my own thing. That really intimidates the insecure girls, and they lash out in such crazy weirdo ways where it's like, damn, like bitches are mentally ill. Bitches are mentally ill. And yeah, we'll get into those stories, but yeah, ever since my first job, bitches have been mentally ill and lashing out on me. And I think I'm like not mentally ill. So that's why they pick me. They pick on me. I don't know. But we'll get into those stories later on. I want to hear your opinion on that, because like when I tell these stories, I'm like, I can't make this up. Like it really did happen. And it's a part of the plot. It's a part of my character details. It's a part of my character background. It's why it is literally why I am the way I am. And it goes for everybody. Like it goes literally for everybody. Our past and our experiences in our past and how we process it, it all makes us the person who we are today. And whether that is like full of anxiety because of loud noises, or full of like nervousness because these girls look like that other girl, like you look like that other girl, I can't really trust you. So it's like there's reasons why we act the way that we do, there's reasons why we speak the way that we do, there's reasons why we don't trust people the way that we trust them. So it's all a part of the plot. It's all a part of the plot. And I hope this story resonated with you. If you are in any situation right now, which I'm sure we all are, which I'm sure you are, there is something, like I know that no one is special. Like everyone has their fair share of trials and tribulations. And so I want to really help you by just sending you this message of like, it's all temporary. It's all temporary. Trust me when I say that. You ask, you put that question out there, I need help. Please send me some help. Please, like once you put that out there and you vocalize it, whatever you believe in, God, universe, source, spirit, you yourself, energy, vibrations, whatever you believe in, put it out there and it'll come back. It'll echo itself back. so long as you have good intentions. But that's it for me. I'm off to bed, and I hope this resonated with you. Please leave a comment down below and subscribe and share this video with someone that really needs to hear it, because I know you know someone that does. I know you know some. If it's not you, I know it's someone that you know, and it's probably the both of y'all. Okay, good night.